Hello, YouTubers. My name is Kevin Young from Serpentarium Surplus and Moonlight Mantids, and today we're going to do our Q&A number 3, along with our art contest entries that have been piling up for a little while. I'm so sorry these videos are taking so long to make. School has been very, very brutal. I'm taking like 18 credits, so I'm just buried in work, and then the collection's gotten so huge, and not only that, but I have a super awesome surprise. As of tonight, as soon as this video posts, you're going to be able to go online, Google, wherever it is you want to go, and you're going to be able to type in moonlightmantids.com, and you're going to find an online store. Finally finished, pretty much finished, so you know, it's to the point where I can make it go live, and you guys can shop and do all the little things you want to do, and no more emailing back and forth to make things a lot faster for me. I'm going to get orders, I'm going to be able to ship them out. Everything you need to know is going to be on there. It's going to free me up to do a lot more videos. So keep in the questions, keep the art coming. I may have to do like 2 or 3 of these because I got a pile of art here, and there's going to be a lot of winners for this video. All right, so let's dive into the questions. Richard has a question. He says, "Do mantids make ooth when they haven't been with a male? Because my mantis laid 2. I've had them, and they've never been with a male. So I got 4 ooth now, and are they fertile?" Pretty good question. People ask that one a lot, to tell you the truth. Female mantids, as soon as they reach maturity, they are, whether they've ever been with a male or not, whether wild caught or not, or raised in captivity, they're always going to lay ooth. Very rarely, unless it's a species that's parthenogenic, and there's very few, they'll actually be fertile. But for the most part, especially if you're not telling me what species it is, I can't tell you yes or no. More than likely that's a no, but yes, they continuously lay ooth throughout the duration of a female's life. As long as she stays healthy, she'll lay them for a long time. It can be kind of taxing, but there's nothing you can do to stop them from doing it. They just do it automatically. Game Brain 3211. Hi. I was watching a video before this, and when I saw you had a new upload, I didn't even hesitate to click it. LOL. I have a question. When your reptiles die, do you bury them, or do you wait for them to decay so you can get some cool bones? It's just that I have a bone collection as well as mantid collection. So if you have any cool bones or skulls, I'd be totally interested in buying or getting some for free maybe. Anyway, love your videos. You're awesome. Suggestions. Make a video on how to pin mantids. I could definitely do that. I love to pin my mantids. I'm getting pretty good at it, actually. I like to put them in like shadow boxes and put them all over my house and stuff when I do a really good job, or give them away as gifts. Anyway, do a tour video, for example, of your mantises, the nymphs and ooth you have, and explain how to care for them. It'd just be cool to see them all. Anyway, thanks for mentioning me in the last vid. Waiting to get a reply. My female mantis is gone now. Cool. Anyway, so you're asking, what do I do with my reptiles when they die? You're actually right. I do actually keep them. Osteology, which is the study of bones, is sort of an extra pastime of mine. I don't like throwing anything out. I mean, I'm not like a dead animal hoarder. I'm just like throw them in my freezer and let them sit there forever. When I have a dead reptile, I like to use my dermastid beetles, which are beetles that will clean, they eat like decaying flesh and stuff. What you do is you'll dry out your reptiles properly. Not in your house. Don't do it in your house. It's gross. And then what you do is you'll add, a few thousand dermastids or whatever it is, however you have them set up. You can go online and find a lot of information about dermastids out, and they'll clean your bones for you completely. You can bleach them in hydrogen peroxide or some other chemical solution for bleaching bones that you can find online. And then I like to put them back together. Also, with like other stuff, if it's small enough, I like to put them in jars like this. Like this here is a snake skin that I found. It's a blue racer found here in Wisconsin. Just a perfect shed. I dried it a little bit so it didn't get yucky, and I sealed it in this nice jar and rolled it up real nice, and I can even roll it out, and it's just in great shape, and it's from a wild animal. In this one, I like to keep my tarantula sheds. This belongs to one tarantula that I've had since it was a spiderling. It's about 5 or 6 years old now, and I have every shed she's ever had. It's right in here, and she's an adult now. It was a Brazilian black. She's pretty cool. Then this is one that I have with like ooth in it. All the different kinds of ooth. I don't like to throw anything out. I like to put them in these specimen jars, and if I can preserve something, I like to donate it to like schools and stuff like that. Otherwise, I just kind of keep it for my own collection. It looks cool, you know, all your little jars and stuff like that. So yeah, you can do bones easily with dermastids. They're easy to keep. You can give them like dried, like turtle pellet food when you're not giving them flesh, dried flesh to eat or whatever it is. You don't want to do it when something's freshly dead. Huge, nasty, gross, bloaty, nasty mess. So you want to have animals that have been already pretty much cleaned out, and if you can, dried, and that works the best, and then you can save them yourself. And as far as mantids and other insects, I love to pin them. If they're in great shape, I keep them. Something else weird I've been doing with roaches that people do sometimes is when they die, the only real solid part of their body is their wings, and then these little plates right there on the thorax on the backside. It's right after their head. See, this is an orange head. And I always find these, and I just can't throw them away. I stick them. I have a huge collection in a few jars, and I just keep them all stacked up. And I thought, oh, it'd be really cool if I could like paint, like glue those onto a canvas or something, make some really cool living art with it, or just parts of insects and things like that. Otherwise, pinning and shadow box type stuff is really cool. Everything kind of has some sort of scientific value, so I try to keep it if I think it's at all, worth saving. Good point, though. What else did you ask? Yeah, I'll make a pinning video. That'd be really awesome. Let me get into this. We got a little deep there. Pedro. Hey, Kevin. I'm currently attempting to breed Heterochaeta orientalis, or giant stick mantis. I was wondering if you could give me any advice. I would very much appreciate it. I actually, I had some luck with those before. The thing is, with keeping them, you're going to keep them really well fed, but they are actually quite communal. And for the most part, the male will just go around and breed the females, and they're pretty long-lived. They take a long time to grow. They like a little bit of warmth. You got to give them, you got to offer water. Don't keep them dry. I mean, you keep them in dry enclosure. They don't like require any bedding or anything like that. Just like a screen cage, a good one. Cloth, if you have it. But you keep them really well fed, and they'll do just fine. Just be patient, because I know they take a long time to grow. Advice-wise, I'd have to get into contact with a few other people just to kind of see how I would do it, but I can make a care video with the ones I have in the next couple weeks, so look out for it. Hello, I just found your channel and subscribed. I hope you do many more videos, as they really do help. I have a question I wanted to ask. How many fruit flies do you need for your L2 ghost mantis, and how often do you feed it, I guess, is what you're trying to ask. I have a L2 ghost in a container, although not too big. I am wondering if I need to put lots of fruit fly in there in case the chance of them, to increase the chance of them catching them. Yeah. If it's a large cage, don't put very small mantids in very big cages for that reason, because it can be hard for them to catch their fruit flies. I tend to keep them in something smaller until they get bigger, unless you have like a vivarium that you could put them in later when they're small, just because you want to be able to track them a little bit better, and yeah, you want to make sure that they're eating more fruit flies. I wouldn't toss tons and tons of fruit flies in it, one, because it's wasteful, and two, is because decaying fruit flies can mold, and that can cause an even more severe problem for your mantis. What I would do is put them in something smaller and grow them up in there for just a little while you adjust your... anything that's eating fruit flies probably shouldn't be in a large cage. They should be in something smaller and alone if you can, just to give it the best chances possible, because they grow. The first 9 days of their life, they shed into an L2, and then like a week and a half later, they'll do it again to L3, and then 2 weeks after that again, and then it slows down, and they're a bit bigger then, they eat other food, so you can keep them in larger stuff like that at that point. But if you have to, you could increase your feeding. I'd put them in something smaller, though, honestly. Alright. I didn't get your name on that. I think you were from YouTube. Sorry. How many fruit flies and how often do I feed them? Well, the same person. Well, you want to make sure that you always offer fruit flies. Make sure they don't run out. And you want to offer just a few in there. Like if I use 5-ounce cups for all my nymphs until they're like an L3. And I keep about, 5 or so flies in there. I put in there almost every day or every other day. Maybe a little more depending on size, but always keep some flies in there. James Yuri. Hey Kevin, the giant Asians I got from you are doing great. I really love them so far. Thank you so much. P.S. My giant African that had a mismalt shed again and straightened out almost completely. Well, that's good news. That's rare. That doesn't happen often. Thanks again, and keep making the awesome videos and Q&As. Oh, thank you. It was just sort of a thank you, I guess. Noah Shipman. Hi, Moonlight Mantids. Do you know how to breed praying mantids without the male getting eaten? Without the male getting eaten? That's kind of up to chance. I mean, like, good question. Like, oh, is there a trick to it? Yeah, you have some tongs just like this handy, like that. And you make sure she's eating something else so she doesn't eat him. And if it's not an 8-hour copulation, or, you know what I mean, if they're not mating for that extended period of time, you're more than likely going to be able to kind of check in and out. Otherwise, unless you're sitting there constantly and kind of making sure she's not trying to attack him and that she stays, you know, feeding for some portion of that, can you prevent it? You can just do your best to kind of prevent him from getting eaten. In most cases, when they're mating, she's well fed. She might not really be interested in killing him, but also males like to, when they disconnect, they jump right off their back and take off. They really do want to try to survive to mate more females. So what happens often, if it's a large enough screen cage, what the male can do is hop off and then what he can do is they're really good and really observant. So they'll stay away from the female as long as it's a large enough cage that you're breeding them in case you're not around, because sometimes it can take, you know, a day, 2 days sometimes for mating. And you really don't want to split that up even if he gets eaten, just because they're going to stay fertile for a long time. It's just the best way to go about it. Good question, though. Thank you, Noah. Ryan, I guess. What's the best pet mantis? I was thinking of a twig or stick mantis. What if... okay. The best pet mantis. That actually, I think, is up to you. There's so many different kinds out there, and it's kind of a preference thing. Once you get a little bit of experience, there's not really anything you can't keep. And especially if you get really good at something, you probably want to work with that species a bit more and try to reproduce it and stuff like that. What's my favorite pet mantis? I like Echinum macrops, which is a giraffe mantis. For me, it's not so much the colors. I mean, yeah, I like the colorful stuff, you know, like a really good orchid or all that stuff you guys like, all that, you know, iconic stuff. There's a lot better stuff out there, in my opinion, than all that stuff that has become sort of popular. I'm more into, like, the obscure, the macabre shapes, you know, the giraffe mantis have a really, really long neck, and I just kind of like that shape. So violins have something similar to that. I like those for that reason, too. Also things like dead leaves and things with, just, to me, it's just more about the, you know, the cryptic type shapes and things like that I like. So, pet mantis, what's the best kind of pet mantis? If you're thinking, just like for beginners, all around just pet, giant African, giant Asian, a ghost makes the best pets just because they're hardy and expensive and available pretty much, you know, seasonally. I want to say it's available yearly, so not year round, but you can find it throughout the year. I mean, or not throughout the year, you'll find it during times in the year here in the U.S., which not many species are that available. Twig is definitely a good one, a stick and twig. Those are definitely really good mantids to keep, especially for beginners. Maybe not the stick mantis if you're thinking like the cat mantids, like the orientalis, but the twigs definitely, they're great ones to keep. Alright, I have a few requests here. Hey, I'm going to try to keep these a little shorter from now on, just because I'm going to make so many of them. Madcore. Hey, cool video. Please make a care video for spiny flower mantids. I can do that. I have a whole bunch. I have like 3 different groups right now, all different sizes, so I'll get on that. I'll probably do the very next one I do is going to be a spiny flower mantis care video, which is pretty cool. Thank you. Chainsaw reptiles. Can you do a video on how to ship mantids? I would love to do a how to ship your mantis video. That would be awesome. Let me get some more advice from other people, because I know there's a lot of methods out there, and we all typically kind of do our own thing. let me get some stuff together and just get a little bit more on, you know, some other possible methods, and then I'll add whatever I do, and I'll make a video for you guys. That's a really good one. Thank you, Chainsaw. I got a story from somebody. I'll read it real quick. Hopefully it's not too long. Hi, Kevin. So this story takes place at the beginning of my mantis hobby / interest. I started keeping indoor greenhouse garden, and I was doing pretty good. I even grew some extreme hot peppers, ghost peppers, and scorpion peppers. I don't know what a scorpion pepper is. It sounds terrible. I hate spicy things. Anyway, I had a bad issue with some fungus gnats, and the adults are just plain annoying. All their flies, they fly into everything, the larvae everywhere, lay their eggs in the soil, they eat dead plant stuff and attack the root system, eventually kill your plants. That sucks. You got a greenhouse and you got this infestation. So I got some ladybugs, about 500 of them. They arrived in a small mesh bag. Everyone know how ladybugs look like. They're fat and round. So I came up with a not so bright idea using a critter box like those found at pet stores, and I made another mistake by opening the bag inside the house. Suddenly ladybugs started taking flight. I quickly put them back in the bag in the critter box, but the ones I found just turned sideways and squeezed themselves through narrow vents. Oh, they got everywhere. So I quickly threw that into the indoor greenhouse, but eventually they found an opening in the plastic and they flew out of the greenhouse and into my kitchen. Wow. Oh, so it's like a little greenhouse. Yeah, my wife was not a happy camper. Not only to have the gnats flying inside now, I have ladybugs too. So I ended up tossing the critter box outside. I had like 50-some ladybugs left. So began the... Let me see. Oh, okay. So he went ahead and he got some mantis ooth instead, as a way to maybe control the flies. He got about 5 ooth. Check it out. I just don't want to read like the whole thing because it's going to take forever and my videos are terribly long. So he's going to hatch 5 ooth, and they hatch about 2 to 3 weeks. They're perfect container, and placing in a plastic mesh inside of the large critter box, but the mesh failed because I had it deformed because of the heat. I'm so sorry. I don't want to edit this either. Oh, okay, so your mantis started to hatch. You were really surprised. It was short-lived because the greenhouse had hundreds and hundreds of tiny mantids. About 4 out of the 5 ooth hatched at the same time. Wow. Yeah, you put them in a greenhouse, so it's like the best. Like, you can get those little plastic greenhouses, and you put your ooth containers, like maybe that, inside of these little plastic ones they use for seeding. And that usually keeps humidity up real well. As long as it doesn't get too moist, they still don't mold, but it keeps the temperature about the same. So if you put all of the ooth in there instead of putting like a few in the fridge, because you can, I'm guessing these were Chinese ooth, that they can go in the fridge and you can hatch them out as you need them. Maybe you should have thrown a few outside. Hopefully they were like Carolinas or something. Anyway, it seems like they got all over your house. You were trying to save them all. I hear this one a lot. I got a lot of stories from Christmas. I don't know how many people emailed me and said, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. Can you send me some fruit flies and hatching supplies and nymph hatching stuff? And about 10 or 20 people were like, I got a hatch of mantids in my Christmas tree, and I don't know what to do. They're all over my entire house, and we're panicking. I love when I hear that because it's every single year right before Christmas or right after. There's mantises all over my house. I don't know what to do. Check your Christmas trees before you put them up in your house. Otherwise, you'll have hundreds of dead little mantids all over your house, or you'll panic to try to do something about them versus, oh, I found one, put it in the fridge, wait till spring, or do something with it, where they're not hatching all over your house. But I love hearing that too, because people panic, and really there's not a lot I can do to help you in the middle of winter. I actually do also want to talk a little bit about what happened this winter. Right before the fall, I was making a lot of videos. I was doing a lot of stuff like that. Finals were coming up. It was the end of the semester. Then we got all those holidays, and then we had like the winter. winter break, which I spent the most of that time organizing my collection and stuff, remodeling another insect room, along with my website. I'm an LLC now. It's like all super awesomely official, and I got like a corporate, like a business attorney and a business accountant, and they all help me get organized. And then I spent like 2 months building this website. I built it 3 times. 1 time it got deleted. 2 other times I changed direction. I hope you guys really like it, but I was really busy. Not only that, I'm having a lot of issues with people, again, with shipping in the wintertime. You guys are wonderful, and I love all the art you sent me, and we're about to do the art contest again right here. I have a whole pile here that I've been holding on to, and you guys will order a mantis or something. It's hard because some people won't even like reptiles. Some people order reptiles in the winter. It doesn't mean you're going to get them. I mean, you just order them. That's fine. I have a dilemma here, because when I first started, I'm not selling anything in the wintertime. I'm not even going to post that I have anything. But you guys know that I have them. So I'll get dozens to maybe a few hundred emails over the course of the winter where people are like, oh, I'd like to order mantis. I want to order mantis. And I'm either like, oh, you need to wait. Please check back for better weather conditions or something, or please call me back in the spring. And usually that doesn't end well. And not only that, if I ignore you instead, you guys start emailing like my family members. Anyone with the same last name, you guys hop on Facebook, you start emailing them. I have people call my cell phone and hang up because they want to get a hold of me. So if I don't talk to you and let you order a mantis, I get harassed. Now, here's the other side of that. So I started saying, all right, I'll take orders for this stuff, and when I get breaks in the weather, I will ship. Now, I don't have like 10 or 12 or 20 or 30 customers. I have quite a bit more than that. So what happens is you guys will order, and then when I get a break in the weather, I can only do so many boxes before, that little window we get. I live in Wisconsin. That little window closes really quick, and it doesn't happen often. And so we're kind of just waiting. Some of you guys waited 2 months. I mean, I had orders from November go out in February. You know what I mean? You guys waited a long time. A lot of you guys were awesome. You didn't harass me, didn't bother me. You let me forget about you. And then when I had the weather, I did all my catch-up stuff. I had so much good weather this last couple weeks that I got everything out. Everybody has all their stuff now, and that's great. And huge relief for me. No more harassing emails. And I feel really bad that I have to make you guys wait, but also I do want to add that everyone got everything alive. There was like maybe 2 or 3 times this whole winter I had boxes show up that some of the stuff was dead or all of it was dead. For you people that email me, where's my bugs? Okay, I eventually just said, they're going out tomorrow. Okay, I'm not doing this out. They're going out tomorrow. I try to reason with you. From November to like March, I don't guarantee anything. What you can do is trust me, and those of you that did wait and did trust me, I need you to message on to this and say, oh hey, I got all my stuff alive, and guess what? It was worth the fucking wait. Excuse me, sorry. It's the people that were impatient. I sent you your stuff, and you weren't happy about it, because I'm not going to pay to send you more rare, awesome, raised up, sat here for 2 months, got nice and fat, and well-started mantids that you paid for maybe a couple months ago, or that you paid for and immediately said, where's my mantids? You take an insect outside for like 5 minutes. It's frozen solid. It's dead. It is gone. It's in a box on your porch. It's gone. It leaves here, and it doesn't leave here overnight with a heat pack and styrofoam. Doesn't matter if it's -30. It's still going to be dead. I live in Wisconsin, okay, and a lot of this stuff is going in an airplane somewhere. How cold is it up there? It's going in a plane. A heat pack and styrofoam insulation can only do so much. So you need to wait till I say we're good to go. And I swear to God, every time you let me you wait, you will get your stuff alive, whether I guarantee it or not. The thing is, I can't guarantee it all the time because I get harassed, and people order their stuff, and then they get it, and some stuff was dead or it wasn't dead. I can't just keep resending you stuff because you were impatient. if you keep emailing me and just, oh, I'm just checking, I have a pile of invoices that I don't want sitting there. I want you to have your bugs, and as soon as I can do it, they're going to be out. So as long as I didn't get a whole bunch of harassing emails, I didn't send you your stuff. Now, those of you that went ahead and pushed and pushed and pushed, and I eventually sent your stuff, you were lucky it got there alive. You were either really, really lucky or really disappointed. And I'm not going to deal with you. I can't do that. I don't have the time for that. I don't have time to answer an email from you every 3 days. I'm not going to do that. So I have new rules and terms and conditions of how I'm going to do this, just because, I mean, and this is the classic thing too. If raising hundreds and hundreds of nymphs individually wasn't hard enough, you got customer issues too. And to tell you the truth, as a hobby, that's way too much for anyone to care about. And that's why a lot of people just actually don't care anymore. And that you'll ruin the damn hobby for everybody. It's not the reptile trade, it's the insect trade. You know, you're ordering insects, they're not going anywhere in the winter. You're gonna wait. I've waited. I ordered scorpions once from a place down south. I ordered them in beginning of November. Apparently that's too cold to ship some species of scorpion, and I believe it. I did not email. I totally forgot about it. Actually, it's not true. I might have emailed them once or twice, months apart, just to say, oh, hey, how's it going? Oh, good. Is the scorpion's doing okay? Yeah, it's great. I didn't get them for like 4 or 5 months, but I knew what to expect. They're not going to get here live. Well, they're my scorpions. They're just at your house. That's fine. You need to be okay with that, or you need to say, I'm not going to talk to anybody about ordering a mantis until spring. Otherwise, you can pre-order them, and that's fine too. They're just going to sit here and get nice and fat. And then as soon as I can, the second I can do it, I will, you're in order, oldest to newest orders, you're going to get your stuff. And everybody that waited and didn't cause a problem, your stuff's in your house right now and it's alive. It is. Okay? As far as live guarantee shipping, we really don't do that in the winter, fall, or spring. I mean, a little bit in the spring and fall, yes, of course, but in the winter, you know, all bets are off, and I can't just sit there and keep sending you mantids. It's not fair. I can't just raise, breed. You know what goes into all that. I can't just send you, oh, I'm out, you know, $100. I'm out hundreds and thousands of hours and the few thousands of dollars that I put into this and all the time I do and all this extra stuff I do for you guys. I'm out a lot more than you're out, and you could have just been patient. So, you know, for you guys that waited, thank you very much. For the few of you, the very few, there's a few people, and they're not going to see this because they're not on my content anymore, and we don't deal with people like that. And for most of you guys, you're all sensible people, and I'm very, very pleased with our community. I know it's a lot better than the reptile community. It's huge and massive, and people are pretty unreasonable. Mantis trade, we're all helping each other. We're all awesome like that, and we're going to keep being like that. So these videos are out to you guys. A big thank you. There's huge issues with winter shipping. I could have done a video like this probably in the fall to warn everyone. But, you know, again, with finals and all, I'm a really busy guy. All these questions, I'm going to have quite a few more of these up here in the next couple days, so don't worry. Besides all that, thanks you guys for sending me those mantids. I like answering your questions. I have a whole lot more than what I read. I'm trying to keep this one a little bit shorter if I can. Please look out for the online site, which is www.moonlightmantids.com. What I'm going to do is make a few more care videos and Q&As and things like that. I'm going to post them right now. And you'll see them here in the next couple weeks. Hopefully this makes everything easier. All of you guys that waited, thanks again for waiting. I'm going to make some... I got a lot to do. I'm going to make a few more videos. I can't have all these big, long videos. It's already huge. So enjoy this one. Hopefully I answered a few questions. If I did, I don't know. Alright, thanks. Bye.